Welcome back to My Tag Gaming. We are continuing our Grand Tactician the Civil War playthrough using the AOM mod. And the end of last episode, we won a pretty good victory just outside of Nashville, which is where we're picking up. We do have Polk continuing to march towards Nashville. The Union should just be retreating here. Don't know how far north they're going. Okay, they're passing the forts. Okay. Oop. What do we have here? The Army of Kanawha has no troops. Let's see what this is about. Let's see here. Wounded in action, Major Smith. All right. Polk has now arrived. Don't know. Okay, they're retreating. And we're seeing Union move from Leavenworth. So they're pulling back. There's still no movement in DC. If they're gonna pull back, let's slow this world down. First Corps 2500. Yeah. Depot is built, so we have something to fall back on. I want the Army of the West to move on Rolla, capture the Union Depot there. Alright, we've actually... So, expert scouts. What else should we do for our Indian Army? They are cavalry. Skirmishing efficiency 10%. I'm not gonna... Skirmishing 20% rating. Is there anything that makes sense? Ambulance Corps. I always seem to pick Ambulance Corps for all my units. Let's take a quick peek. 270,000 versus our 200,000. A.S. Johnson is now General-in-Chief. He is the only full general in the field of action. So they seem to be gathering in St. Louis. We're going to fall on Rolla, capture the depot. Might send a unit to Jefferson City if I'm feeling... If we're feeling what this jumbled mass is doing over here. They're sending... Okay, Department of Indianapolis? So much movement in the west. I wish there would be some in the east. Okay, now the Department of Indianapolis with its 8,000 troops is marching back. And we have secured the depot. Perfect. Looks like we're still in good condition. We'll top up our supplies, possibly. And they've given us Jefferson City. So we're actually pretty close to being able to knock Missouri towards the Confederacy in large part. We do say 70% loyalty, 100% here in Tennessee. All right, Department of Indianapolis, I want to move our ships up here. Okay. Where on earth? It's like we got to fire on them once and they just fled. Alright, our weapons. 5,000 infield musketoons. Fort Pickens is under siege. See how this is going. So they have 61 casualties. We have 244. Okay. Looks like almost about half their units are now broken. And Bragg seems to be in decent condition. I don't think, yeah, none of the units. Well, okay. Anderson's brigade of Ruggles division is routed. All right. Either way that this siege here goes, we will send the Department of Western Florida. Will also become part of this Army of Tennessee. It's 14,000. Where they move, I need to watch. Okay, they're heading towards St. Louis, it looks like, which would give them a few troops. The French repulsed. The Battle of Puebla, a Mexican victory. Battle of Cinco de Mayo. The Battle of Puebla was fought on May 5th near Puebla City in Mexico. In the battle, Mexican Republican General Ignacio Zaragoza, with some 4,500 men, repulsed the French under General Charles de Lorence, resulting in a humiliating defeat for the French. The French lost some 500 men out of an army of 6,500 and are now retreating with Zaragoza in pursuit. In the battle, General Zaragoza defended twin forts north of Puebla, with the French mounting 3 assaults to capture them. In the end, the French artillery ran out of ammunition, and the infantry attack went unsupported. After the battle, Lorenz's waited a few days for the Mexicans to attack, but then started to withdraw to Orizaba with the Mexican Republicans in pursuit. The Mexican victory is considered a great strategic triumph for President Juarez, who has declared the date of the battle a national holiday, the Cinco de Mayo. Hispanic communities all the way up in San Francisco are taking part in the celebrations. And there's a history of America's Tequila and Taco Day. Glorious victory at Fort Pickens. H. Brown surrenders. So we have won at Fort Pickens. Braxton Bragg. So Fort Pickens means that the port of Pensacola is at least free from blockade of the fort. They still have the Gulf Blockading Squadron here, but hopefully that protects us a little bit from attack. We are going to move Bragg into Tennessee by train to help reinforce the Army of Tennessee. And the Department of Indianapolis now is marching towards St. Louis. That's a lot of flags. I'm going to send, I don't know. This could be a massive army. It could be a tiny army in reality. So a lot, strength 0 and 12,000 over here. Okay. So I'm going to advance Pike with the scout function on. I'm advancing a little bit further north of Rolla, and let's see what we can find out, if anything, about this Union force. Even if they come after us, we're going to burn the Rolla Depot, retreat back to Springfield, and they'll have to advance slowly and build up. Okay, so that got rid of a couple of the units. See, advancing him a little bit further does. Why are they all on that side of the Mississippi River? Okay, we've got possibility of the First Corps down here. Let's move to Franklin. Puts him on a different road that could retreat to Jefferson City. So we're advancing on St. Louis, and they seem to be moving their armies away. This may be silly, but I'm going to keep advancing Pike. With that scout function still on, I want to see... Okay, we finally have something. 14,000. That's probably the core of the Kanawha, so that's the fort. So just 14. They're at 0. Or hold up, that's 2 14 cores. First cores, I mean. And Army of Kanawha is 14. 0 out of 14. So I'm guessing we have approximately 28,000 men there. Guesstimate. We're not going to take that on. It's just so weird, the movements right now. I'm not sure what to make of them. Right, I'm going to leave Pike there to shadow that forces in St. Louis. And we can even see 3 units, 1st Corps, Department of Indianapolis, and Missouri Reserves, which may or may not have any troops in them. Okay. Finally got some movement. Who we're going to? John Palmer. Okay, we are going to retreat from this, and it's got us going back to Rolla, which I am fine with. It's withdrawing on our supply base, and it looks like they're content sitting there. Alright, I've seen a few weapons delivered, so we got some Lorenzes. Let's go ahead and take a look at the weapons and see if there's anything we want to re-up. Musketoons will do another 1,000. Lorenzes will leave. Carbines maybe another 1,000. Cannon, the Napoleons. Let's bump that another 64. Jameses are our only rifled guns. I'm going to bump that 32. And most of our troops have weapons, but I'm going to go ahead and import another 5,000 Lorenzes. I think that's fair. Our fleets, so our ironclad gunboats are now operational. With this, I'm going to take out the ocean going, and we're... No way. Alright, we're going to add back in the ocean going. And we're going to... Let's beef up the Savannah Squadron. Under Josiah Tatnall. Okay. Lake Pontchartrain, North Carolina, Kentucky. Okay, so moving to Kentucky fleet, 0 days. So we're waiting for them to still reinforce. I think that's fine. Vicksburg garrison does have the CSS Manassas ready in 39 days. We will beef up the Memphis squadron, a couple gunboats. Nashville squadron will add 1. And then I think we continue with actually that New Orleans squadron. Lake Pontchartrain, let's add 1. New Orleans squadron. So the Charleston defending New Orleans. Yes. Alright, and that takes us to just 3 ships under repair. So we have the opportunity to add more ships. Let's see if there are any good. We do armored gunboats again. They're Confederate gunboats. What else do we have? That's it. Let's do armored, the timberclads and 10-clads. Yeah, let's go ahead and knock that out. Confederate guns. Yeah, I'm not going to do that until late in the war. Logistics. Transport upkeep and supply costs. That could be good to throw some money at. Rebuilt ironclads. You know what? Let's do it. I'll go ahead and get that. Over here. Yeah, I don't want to waste the diplomatic. Propaganda. Each level of this project will further increase support in loyal states. Okay. I might do that. Railroad construction. Yeah, we're not really in the position to build railroads. Further reduce enemy support in loyal states. I don't think we need to do that either. I'd rather wait and have that for when we actually need it. Okay. So, we've spent our money. We've got our fleets. And now we should have the 10-clads. Let's build 5 of those. Timberclads, we'll build 5 of you. And then the casemate ironclad ram, we haven't done any of these. Let's build 2. That's a casemate, okay. And we have any possibility of any others right now? No. We'll stick with that. Oh, we went over. I did not mean to do that. Well, those are 4,000 tons each. Okay, can we not? Let's take out the Atlanta. Yes. That should reduce this. Alright, so these armies are turning south. Maybe they're heading for Nashville also. Haven't seen any movement from St. Louis. Haven't really seen any movement anywhere. If the Union were to come down with this and maybe combine with these guys on Nashville, I think we'd get a decent fight. Since Bragg is in the area now, let's go ahead and attach him. There's Bragg. Okay, so we'll add him as a corps under Johnston. 9,000, Polk 14,000, and Hardy 20,000. Crittenden over there in eastern Tennessee has 7,000. Yes, we lost a battle with him, but he had won 3 straight before then. I don't think we can just dismiss him. We also need to look. The Department of Northern Virginia is at 98,000 men. Okay. We might, just might, get a battle here. Let me see if... Okay, what did we get? 14,000 against 42,000. Alright, this should be a fairly easy engagement. Welcome to the Murfreesboro battlefield. Looks like they're coming down the Lebanon Turnpike. Presently we have Hardy's Corps, which I am completely fine with having. The most likely route is down the Turnpike to Murfreesboro, and either over one of these 3 paths. So, the plan is first to double line everybody. We're going to move 22nd Tennessee in this direction. We're going to move, let's say, some of these Texicans. That's Kentucky. There's the Texas Regiment. I think we move them maybe to the north. And we'll spread those guys out. And then the rest of my force I want to prepare for this. Buckner, yeah, you can go ahead. So Simon Buckner is going to be against the river. Fry, you're in reserve. Forrest, you're now down here. And we've got the CS infantry units that'll also be in reserve, if I can find them. Alright, as far as this line is concerned, let's set our artillery en masse. The Napoleonic Grand Battery. 2 units of infantry, 3 cavalry behind that. On this side, Bushrod Johnson's division. We can advance as need be, but mostly infantry. That's the battle plan, and now we begin. Move Forrest to the crossroads, move the 22nd Tennessee up to Widow James' house. Let me go ahead and split off the 9th Tennessee for this bridge. I'm trying to think, they might hoof it over this way. So we take the 1st Mississippi over to McFadden's Ford. We're going to have them guard that. Oh yeah, let's get rid of this. This is late in the day, so we're probably not actually going to fight today. Okay, we do have some dust clouds over here. That's our own cavalry. It's the 9th Tennessee getting into place. And there's some dust clouds over here. I'm assuming that's going to be the 1st Mississippi cavalry getting into place. Okay, it's 1900 hours. They're going to have... Yeah, this is not actually a fight. I do want to pull my forces back to Round Forest, though. Let's go ahead. Keep going. To the end of day. They're not going to get down here in time. I don't even feel like moving my forces at the moment. Trying to advance. Let's go and get our cavalry. Yes. Okay, so they're marching, but they've also held up as they see our cavalry. And I don't know how long this day is going to go. Okay. Oh. So we have Union cavalry over here. You did not respond to. Let's get both of you units moving. And keep going. These guys are advancing infantry. We will pull back to this crossroad. Alright, if you guys can dismount. Yeah, they're getting fired on the back. They're going to lose. 2nd Illinois is running soon. That's done. You guys are nervous. I'm going to need you gentlemen. Let's mount back up. Oh, you. 28 casualties. Okay. As you wish. Let's move cavalry over here. Yes, retreat. End of day. There we go. Alright, deployment. Okay, if they're going to be all bunched up. Bragg and Polk have arrived. So we've got some marching to do. Everybody's going to come up on this Franklin Road. So I think I pull Hardy back just a touch. And we set up shop here. Bragg can reinforce this side. Polk can reinforce this side. And let's go for day 2 after a little skirmishing. So Leonidas, if you would be so kind as to bring your forces on my left. Braxton Bragg, if you could be so kind as to bring your command on our right. Does that artillery have any... I mean, if they're coming through those trees. Alright. That also sets us up. The objectives still back here on Grisham Lane. Okay, I'm coming back in. It still kind of looks like we have the Union forces glitching out. But they're almost straightening themselves out and moving down a road. But just for scientific purposes, I mean, what's going on? I don't... If we slow it down, they're still doing the same thing. Just slower. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to attack to get them to straighten out. Ruggles, what do you got? Anderson. John Jackson, and Chalmers. This would be, I guess it wouldn't be y'all's first. Florida Militia, Florida Engineers, 1st Florida Cavalry. Okay. And this is the Home Guard. Edward Perry. Cheatham, I'm going to advance you to Jennings Farm. This is, I just don't like them glitching out like this. Fry, I'm going to just a general advance, maybe, because I've got commanders down here, but the units are back up here. It's just an odd way for them to be. So maybe if I advance, they'll straighten themselves out. Pillow, you have a lot of artillery. And I don't really have a place to set it up. We'll move Ruggles. Yeah, and McLaren's just sitting here. I mean, it's like okay, so if anybody has a clue what is going on in this battle. Now it looks like they're withdrawing. Cheatham, advance. Johnson, advance. Yeah, let's just, I'm going to keep pushing until something happens. Maybe, hopefully engaging changes things. All right, looks like we have our first encounter here between the John Gregg's 7th Texas men and the 1st Brigade. We have the fence line. 9th Tennessee, detach, and haul ass back here. Now Buell's back here. Alright, Cheatham, advance, Buckner, advance, Ruggles, please. Yes, but reserve yourself. Alright, looks like they're having a little bit more cohesion and not glitching out as much. Where's the commanding officers, by the way? Bragg, if you would be so kind as to get the hell up there. Stop being a coward in the back. Pillow, move forward. Yeah, Johnson's literally leading from the front. Let's get these Confederate infantries forward. How are we doing over here? Okay. Pillow Flying Battery, which I guess is an elite unit. And Mobile Artillery. No falling back or retreating under fire morale hit. This is an elite fast artillery unit. Good for them. Texas with their Bonnie Blue Star. State flags are just amazing. I wonder why the Browns Brigade doesn't get one. Okay. Enemies retreating. Yeah. So we've defended Nashville once again. I'm going to end the episode here. This is a minor battle. They did not come to fight. Victory at Nashville. Yeah, that's 44,440 troops against 15,000. We're going to leave that there. Yeah, I did not like that battle. But we won. And we drove them out of Tennessee again. They have almost 300,000 troops in the field to my 200,000. If I would like to see some aggression somewhere, and maybe with this mod you need to turn the aggression up. But we're in June of '62. They shouldn't just be hiding in St. Louis, outnumbering us in Rolla. with units all over the north of Missouri. They've got a grouping in Kentucky that they haven't moved since '61, and nothing is moving near Washington. I don't want to have to force the issue in these areas. I don't think, a full-scale invasion by the Confederacy is realistic historically. But it may come to that if they don't start getting their stuff together. Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you next time.